Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of A Lot's Happened Since Yesterday. My name is Cody Walker, and my brother Ralph, he's not here right now. He's not sick. He ain't dying. I am here humbly in confession that I have done wrong, and I had to talk to Ralph today and go, hey, I fucked up. But basically what happened was I kind of forgot to turn my microphone on for the first 15 minutes of the show, and I didn't realize it until he had got into what we were talking about. So we decided to clip the first part of the show because that ends up being what pans out to be some really good stuff. We're actually going to turn it into a new episode. So I'm not even going to tell you what we were talking about, but that is why I'm here. I'm here to say hi. I'm here to say welcome, and I'm here to say oops. So what's going to happen next is we're just going to cut right back into where we were on the show. Hope you enjoy the episode, and you're really going to dig what we talk about with the with what was ended up not being recorded properly. We'll get to it as soon as we can. Trust me, we're looking for a guest to help us with it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got a couple guests coming soon. Our next guest straight away is going to be Sarah Baldwin. Really good musician. Check her out. She's in the description. Also, we have new band named Plush. All-girl rock group coming out. Check them out below in the description as well. And until then, I'll catch you next time. Ralph, let's get the show started. Take it away, my brother.
A lot's happened since yesterday.
A lot more has happened since
A
yesterday.
lot more has happened since fucking holy
Keeps
shit.
coming.
Yeah.
It just keeps coming. Let's talk about some other stuff. Well, you know what? More Marilyn Manson news. What's going on with that?
I think
I know you've been following it pretty close.
It breaks my heart for all sides, dude. I mean, honestly, if what they're saying is the premeditated darkness that they're claiming, it sucks. I mean, it sucks. You know, I mean, more people are coming out. A woman from Game of Thrones, I guess, came out and said that he tied her to a prayer bench and then like cut her and shit with like a knife and crap.
Really?
And it's just like,
Oh wow,
dude, like, I hate it. I hate hearing it because it's like you hear these stories of fucking, you know,
yeah.
it just, it's heartbreaking. But now apparently he's also fucking Evan right here. What is it? Metal injection. Evan Rachel Wood alleges Marilyn Manson and his wife are trying to blackmail her into silence. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. Shared more details of abuse February 5th. Among accusations, she would draw swastikas over the bed and freely use the N-word during their relationship. She's Jewish, by the way. What does it also say? Well, yeah. Where's what were they were talking about? Earlier today, she filed a police report against Lindsay Usyk. Oh, his wife, and a person named Leslie Lane wrote that she had to file a report after being alerted to threats made by Leslie and Lindsay for conspiring to release photos of me while I was underage after being given large amounts of alcohol after Manson performed at a Halloween party in Vegas to ruin my career and shut me up. And then she went on to share the screenshot in the Discord to prove it. This is not good, duder. This is just not good. Here's one of the photos. I'm wearing Brian's hat, which has long been part of the stage show. Photographed on many people in his camp. This is part of the humiliation and blackmail. Well, I mean, that's
Jeez.
okay.
I don't know.
Dude, it's just here's the thing. It's funny because we can make assumptions and we can put our own opinions on shit and stuff like that. At this point, like, I don't like being anybody of going like, oh, fuck this guy and fuck that guy. I don't like the stories. It's terrible, you know. I still don't know how I feel about all of this just becoming more and more public. You know, if this is something to do with the two of them, if the law needs to get involved, then make the two of them and law needs to get involved. Yeah. You know, I just don't know how I feel about it.
Well, I think it definitely should be handled by the the system.
Yeah.
The justice system needs to handle it, not cancel culture.
Right.
It needs to be done the way it should be done. If it's true what she's saying, he broke the law.
Oh yeah,
on many
absolutely.
levels.
Absolutely.
So there it is.
And now
Put
it's
him-
not just
put him
her,
away.
it's multiple people, so I mean,
Yeah.
we have one, you have
Well,
one
it's not
accuser.
like you can get away with killing somebody. Sorry. It's not like you can get away with killing somebody. If you kill somebody and you're 20 years old when you do it, and then you're 80 years old and, they find out, they open the case, and it's like one of those cold case files.
Yep. Gotta
They're
go.
going to arrest you if they find you guilty of it,
Yeah.
of the murder. It doesn't matter how old you are at that point or how long ago it happened.
Yeah.
So if he committed a crime or several crimes, then it doesn't matter when it happened. He should.
Yeah. If you fucked up, you got, if you fuck up, pay your dues 100%. And it's just, like I said, all of this stuff to become public is it just what I fear is it opens up a bigger problem towards the end. I mean, and we can actually transition into it because I don't know, this story makes me feel icky. I have a kid. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I was telling my dad about it. I said, my daughter's 13. She's 6 years away from being where Evan was when this shit happened. So it's like Manson is, as they keep saying, he's an amazing artist. I respect the shit out of his. I mean, he was a major influence in my world. But then I look back and go, yeah, if I remove any of that and somebody just told me that a 37-year-old is going to date my 19-year-old daughter, nope. Like I wouldn't stand by silently. That's my kid.
Well, I can't.
And then you tell me he did this shit to her when she was 19. Now I'm like, okay, well, fuck this guy. So it's like, like I said, the scary thing with it is to me is it becoming so public and people allowing the outside world to dictate something that, in my opinion, shouldn't be dictated by the outside world. You know what I mean? If we're in a Starbucks, right? Let's look at this analogy. Say we're in a Starbucks or a coffee or any kind of coffee place, and we're sitting there chilling, and the people sitting next to me and you are talking, and the girl just starts screaming at the guy for, I know you fucked my best friend. I know, I've got the pictures. Here's the pictures, motherfucker. Does everybody in that Starbucks look at her and go, you're right, motherfucker. Find out where this guy is. Find out where he works for and everything about him and everything he stands for. No, everybody in that Starbucks either shuts the fuck up or goes, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. This has nothing to do with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
this is a different, this is higher level stuff.
It's higher level, but
I'm working at Starbucks or you know what I mean?
Okay, well, let's do this. She's sitting there and goes, this guy tortured me. He starts saying the same shit that Evan Rachel Wood said in the fucking thing. This guy did this shit to me when I was 19. I'm 33 now. He's a piece of shit. Fuck this guy. We don't sit back and go, you're right, baby. Fuck this guy. Let's ruin him. We go, shit. The authorities need to handle that. This is none of my business. I'm leaving. Right. Yeah. Well, what the problem with what's going on now is somebody goes to Twitter. Again, disclaimer. I am not taking sides. I am just saying in general. This woman made one tweet claiming this is what happened. And this man has lost everything. No due process, no prior questioning.
Exactly.
And if she's right, even then, even if what they're saying is 100% true, and I'm at this point, there's no questioning it now. Let the authorities handle what they need to handle. But the danger here is he wasn't even given a chance. She came out and said, here's the name of my guy. Fuck him, get him out of here. And that is a very dangerous weapon to have. You should not be able to remove. I mean, that is an absolute guilty until proven innocent situation. I'm not saying he shouldn't be punished in some way, but I am saying to just be able to. That kind of power is not a good thing to have to some extent. I mean, who's to stop anybody from walking in and going?
No, of course not.
And you hear anybody who's gone through this shit, but think about it. If somebody comes publicly, it doesn't matter if it's the truth or a blatant lie. If someone comes right out and says, that person raped me. What's the best you got? No, I don't. And I'll take it to court. Damage has been done, motherfucker. So what happens if, let's say 10 years from now, something like that happens to Marilyn Manson or somebody else, and then 5 years later they prove, oh, this chick was lying her ass off.
Yeah.
You know how many people are going to continue on with, oh, that's the guy that raped the girl. No, I didn't. Well, the news said you did, so fuck it. Yeah. You know? So it's like the danger here is it's like, am I saying Manson did something good or bad? From what I hear, he did some very bad shit, and some retribution needs to come, and whether it comes or not is out of my hands and none of my concern. But what it is the problem of, that ability to just flat out go, hey, XYZ, and everyone goes, yep, XYZ, fuck it. It's like, no.
I mean, I know a lot of people, we know a lot of guys that would be like, they'd be watching the news and all of a sudden this story would pop up and they would just go, I fucking knew that guy was a rapist. You know what I mean? It'd be like, well, let's be real. I fucking knew that guy was a fucking piece of shit, you know?
Well, when we talked about it, dude, even we talked about it, both of us went, you got with Marilyn Manson and you were surprised he was a freak in bed? I feel there was a balance here missing. Now, again, this is where it gets to the problem is, you know, in the alternative lifestyles, there are more boundaries than there are not. So when you talk about these things and people go, well, they were leaving BDSM lifestyle. And she goes, yeah, but we never had a safe word. He didn't listen to a fucking word I said. He just did what he wanted. That's lines that are crossed. That's a problem, you know?
Yeah. I think, how old was she?
She was 19.
Okay. I think go. Can you pull up a picture of Marilyn Manson when he was in his prime and he was like, you know, when he first came out, like the Sweet Dreams video and all that stuff.
What year was Manson? What about year was that? Would you guess?
Oh, jeez, I don't remember. That was a while back.
I don't want to look at the video.
Yeah, well, okay,
there you go.
But there it was.
Yeah, that's something I want to get into. He's a wholesome individual.
Look at that.
Yeah.
There's so much more than that. The Beautiful People is probably even worse, actually.
Well, the Beautiful People, he's wearing the suit that has no.
Isn't he walking on stilts and stuff?
No genitalia. Like, but yeah, you're right, dude. I mean, isn't it?
I think it's another one that he came out with. I think it was Mechanical Animals or something like that, and that's the one that had the no genitalia, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, either way though, like, my point is he looks. Look at this, though, he's got a head on his shoulders, is what I'm saying.
Look at this.
What?
Look at that one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
Oh, that's a toy. And the thing is, and I get it. This is art. He's a shock. He's a shock a shock rocker. Yeah, you know? I get it. But and he's flat saying that he's like, you know, the stuff that we have done has been.
And he was great at what he did.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
mm-hmm.
And I think some of the music he put out was pretty damn good. Unfortunately, he's a bit of a weirdo. He likes to hurt people.
And if that's and if that's the case, so now they're up to investigating him and all this shit. You know, I don't know. Like I said, I don't like to turn this into different things, but at the same time, I can't help it. I hear the shit he's done, and it is bad, and nobody wants to hear about it. But my brain goes straight to like, I've seen situations where people just come out and go, "Hey, this may have happened, and it's over." I mean, it is done. And it's like, come on, dude. It's not how it should be. There needs this mob mentality of just because we don't like it, we're just going to end you by labeling you something that may or may not be true.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous ground. And it's going to come back to bite the people who are doing it in the ass.
It is a slippery slope,
man,
for sure. It's dangerous to get into that position. It reminds me of a little bit of what went down with the witch trials. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where people were accusing, and it became like the thing. You know, everybody was almost like infected with this spirit of having to, oh, they're a witch too.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's a witch too.
Yeah.
And I saw them dancing naked, in, you know, in the forest or whatever. But the point is. It reminds me of that because they were canceling each other out, basically.
It's becoming a trend. Oh, yeah. There was a point during those trials, had to have been, where they were like, oh, yeah, I remember then this bitch fucked me over. 2 years ago, she stole my man. Fuck her. She's a witch. I can prove it.
Yeah.
And everybody goes, oh, she's a witch, burn her.
Yeah,
I mean, and that's what it's starting to feel like. I get it. We're finding real assholes. If Marilyn Manson did this shit and he was that cruel, fine. Do what you need to do with him because people need to pay for what they've done. But when you get it to a point of just, it doesn't matter who it is, what they may or may not have done. Somebody comes out and says it's done, and fuck them. Get him out. I mean, Jesus, he got dropped from everything before he even had a chance to respond. Like, holy shit, man.
I'm sorry, just like I just imagine that people would be pissed off like right now if I rolled up in my car just bumping
there's dudes doing that just to piss people off. Just walking around.
Oh my God. It's just in a loop too, though. It's just that one part, I'm like, oh God.
It's a shame though. Like I said, I don't like hearing about it because, I mean, at the end of the day too, how much closer to home can you get? I mean, he's one of the top in our own,
yeah.
So it
bothers
me.
This kind of stuff happens a lot. It really does. It's been happening a lot, especially within the music industry.
Yeah.
And of course, the entertainment as movie stars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people accused a lot of things, and some people will, step up and either apologize or claim that they didn't believe they did anything wrong, or
Well, and that's and then where do we go? What if he does? What if he truly believed everything they were doing was consensual and he's just a freak? And then it's like, holy shit, that poor woman just lived in fear and he had no idea in that sense. Now, I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't there. This is all speculation. Of course, those kind of people are doing it for the control. They know exactly what they're doing. But,
So did somebody talk her into coming out?
I don't know how it went down. I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. I just know that, to her credit, she flat has been adamant against these kind of things for years now, claiming a previous toxic relationship that include mental and physical torture. I mean, she's been saying that for decades at this point. She just has finally come out and said he's the one she's been talking about. And I think that's why it hit so big because
should be.
Yeah.
So in some ways you have to contribute the fact that it's kind of a texting, tweeting generation that we've had for quite some time now.
Yeah.
And I think that's just the way they handle it. They express it kind of like Facebook.
Yeah.
Boom, this is what I did today. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
here's what I ate. You know what I mean? Here's the guy that molested me. No, but
honestly, yes. We're
like,
so connected. They just do. They don't care. We can, and we'll move. Let's segue into this because I'll segue straight into it. Bam Margera just did what we're talking about. I mean, he just had a full blown fucking meltdown, and he took to Twitter to do it. And in case you guys aren't privy to that stuff, Bam Margera from Jackass apparently got whatchamacallit, he got booted from Jackass apparently, and he goes on fucking social media and starts ranting about it. He's obviously drunk off his ass, and it was terrible, but he goes on a big old thing about basically they got rid of him, or they banned him from Jackass 4 to his due to his health problems. He goes on about, he basically pulled the, like Chappelle did, hashtag boycott Chappelle show. He tried to do the same thing. He's like, boycott Jackass, and instead send him, he's like, boycott Jackass and instead send me the money and I'll make a better movie. I mean, it was an absolute just, well, here it is. It was an absolute
look at him. Oh my goodness.
If you're a fan of mine, you would understand the fucking pain that I'm going through with Jackass putting me through the ringer, dude. If anybody cares about me,
his wife is like, what the
then
fuck
throw
is
me a
going
fucking
on?
Bone and
I can't hear
Yeah, yeah.
The more you send, the radder shit we can do, and I give
That's
everyone
crazy, though,
fucking
dude.
credit for it.
He looks
Like
She
I
is.
can't compete with their $10 million budget, ladies and gentlemen. But if I had,
I'm not gonna watch the whole thing because it's just he just has this. I mean, it's terrible. And then by the end of it, he's crying, and I mean, it's terrible. But it's.
What was he thinking?
Well, I'm sure he. Well, I mean, he was probably pissed off, and then later, I wish I don't have the fucking clip, but like 9 hours later, he posts and was like, "Oh, I had a breakthrough. I'm manic depressive, and I just figured a way that we can all shoot and everybody can be happy, and this is great. I'll let you know." And I'm just like,
Are you serious?
"Yeah, seriously, dude. Like it's and I worry about him, man. I worry about him, but."
Sounds like the guy's going through a major break, psychotic break.
Yeah.
Or nervous breakdown of some kind is happening to him, maybe.
Yeah.
That's crazy, though, that he put that out there in public.
But that's what we were talking about. Like he did that, and it's like, do you really, should you be going to fucking Twitter with this shit?
Yeah.
And
exactly.
let's be real at this game. We're in this industry, dude. You don't air dirty laundry in the business like that. I mean, Chappelle did it and won because he's fucking Chappelle.
We got everything back. And the Chappelle show returns to Netflix in February. Is that correct?
Yesterday, February 12th, it came back. Yeah.
Oh.
If you guys get a chance, watch it. He released another special on social media called Redemption Song where he talks about it. But yeah.
Cool.
Shortly after.
I may check that out when we're done with the podcast, dude.
Cool. It's great. It's not long. It's great. But yeah, he got everything back. They paid him his back pay, everything. And he has his licensing back. He has his name back, everything else. So his hashtag boycott Chappelle show fucking worked.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations to Dave Chappelle. Yeah. He deserves everything good he's got coming.
He's worked his ass off. Man.
Unless somebody, all of a sudden comes out and says he's a piece of shit. No, just kidding.
Let's be real. In this climate, as well as I do, there are so many people fucking trying. They are, dude.
I know.
Like guys like Chappelle and Rogan and anybody at the top of the top. Yes, they are. They got a target on their back 24/7 trying to find somebody to make them slip. It's sad. That annoys the shit out of me. But
there's. Are you a football fan?
Not really.
Not really.
Okay. But why?
So did you watch the game?
I watched a little bit of it. I thought it was okay. I mean, Brady is the GOAT, man. You can't deny it. I mean,
it would appear that way, wouldn't it? Yeah.
At this point, he took. I don't even know how long he was in Tampa Bay before he went and took him to the Super Bowl. But I don't think it was 3 seasons. And so he goes from leaving.
There's got to be something there, dude. The guy's got to be an Iron Man on some level. You know what I mean? So I won't take it.
I have been a Raiders fan since I was a child, so he's always removed my dreams. But I've said for years that I'm like, I don't hate Brady because of his skill. He has always been amazing. But God damn it, every time we had to fight him, we lose. And and did you see him throw the fucking trophy off the boat?
No, I didn't see that.
They did the I almost said the word. You can't say the actual name of the game because they'll sue your ass. They did the
big game.
The mutant plate. We'll call it the mutant plate. They did the parade for the celebration parade for the winning, and in Tampa they do it on the water. And from what I could tell, I didn't read the reasons because I think they tried to say he wasn't completely hammered, but it looked like he got completely drunk off his ass, was partying like a motherfucker on the boat. And this crazy bastard goes to the back of his boat and launches the trophy off the boat to the boat behind him so they could have the trophy and dance with it. Yep. Tom Brady.
And did they get
they caught it. Yeah, they caught it. I mean, really, it wasn't that far a throw, but when you realize what he was doing and what could have happened and the fact that he was barely standing straight. He had to be walked off. Like when he was walking to the car, he had his arms around people and was being guided off.
Oh, that's so funny.
So like, could you imagine if he'd have slipped and just, and then the poor bastard, what if the poor bastard didn't catch it? What if for whatever reason it slipped into his hands and went into the water?
Shit.
But I think it's funny though, because everybody all talks smack, Brady's the best, Brady's the GOAT, Brady's this. He fucking lobs that trophy out and you hear everybody go, no! And it's like, I thought you guys had fucking faith in your quarterback. He'd get the ball to it,
That's crazy, man. That's funny though.
But yeah, no, that's basically what I kept up with it. But I don't really follow.
That's the funnest part of it though, is that kind of stuff. But
yeah.
All the other nonsense that goes on, I'm not into that.
Yeah.
But what was I going to say? I know you want to talk about this topic. Apparently, Blabbermouth put out something. Gene Simmons, young fans are responsible for killing rock music. Okay, he's done this before. We know that.
Yes, he has.
So that's the whole thing. Is rock dead? I want to get your opinion, personal opinion on that. But what do you think about what he said?
Let me see. Let's read his exact thing. Asked if he meant his original "Rock is Dead" comment in terms of radio airplay on streaming numbers, Gene said, "In all ways, and the culprits are young fans. You killed the thing that you love because as soon as streaming came in, you took away a chance for the great new band. Wait." Because as soon as streaming came in, you took away a chance for all the great new bands who are there in the shadows, who can't quit their day jobs because you can't make a dime putting your music out there. Because when you download stuff, it's 1/100th or 1/1000th of a penny. And so you've got to have millions to millions and even billions of downloads before you can even make a few grand. And the fans have killed that thing. So the business is dead. And that means that the next Beatles or the next whoever is never going to get a chance that we did.
Okay, well.
Okay.
Let's pause there.
Yeah.
Maybe he starts delving a little too far. But prior to that, he's making a good point about the streaming. He's right. There isn't, in my opinion, there's not enough money in it for the smaller guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it is like, I forget what the percentage is, but like, isn't it a 10th or something?
Yeah, it's retarded. I mean, fucking. Let me see. I can.
I just know it's a fraction.
What is the per payout?
He's right
per
about
stream
that. You
a
need
song?
millions upon millions upon millions.
Spotify pays most artists 0.003 and 0.005, 1/3 of a penny to 1/2 of a penny each stream. Hey Ralph, let me ask you this: how many things have you bought that was $3.005? How the fuck do you calculate that shit, man? What the fuck is that? 1/2 of a fucking penny for who? So who's getting the 1/2? Because it says 0.03 to 0.05. Who gets what? What's the determining factor there?
Oh, but think about how many people need to be streaming your songs, your music, before you make any money off of that kind of.
Yeah, well, to give people an idea of what we're talking about, because I know there's probably people listening right now going, "We're talking about millionaires, and that's a lot of." Let's give you guys an idea of what we're talking though. At one point in the not too distant past, I would say safely within the last 4 years, I read a statistic, and I can't remember where it was. I wish I could, but I know it was for fact. They said Lady Gaga, at her height, at her peak, when she was white fucking fire hot, she made $100,000 in a year off of her streaming. You think that's right?
Lady Gaga, I think that's crazy.
And that's my point. Is Lady
like
Gaga
said, at her height?
At her height,
Yeah.
we're talking Poker Face. We're talking, we're talking $100,000 in a year for everybody who streamed her that year.
She was through the roof. She had to be like number one.
And that's where Gene is getting. That's what Gene is getting.
She was number one.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I have withheld reading that article until we got into this because I wanted to kind of have I was ready to fight. I was like, okay, here we go. I know this ain't true. I don't believe rock is dead. In that sense, dude, he's right. that is a challenge that everybody in the industry is facing right now. You know,
Let's read the whole thing.
Okay. It says, so the Beatles, whoever's there, we had record companies that gave us millions of dollars so we can make records and tour and not worry about 9-to-5 jobs. Because when you're worried about 9-to-5s, you don't have the time to sit there and devote to your art, whatever that is. Ladies and gentlemen, that right there is murder to a creative. I mean, when you get to a point where your priorities have to be making your ends meet versus making your content, you are in such a fucking bind. And it is a battle that you have to crawl and fight and bite to get out of, because it is a hole that will end everything you are. He is dead. Yeah. I'm sorry. And that I agree 100%. That people forget that, you know, when they talk about the old school days with Bon Jovi, fuck Bon Jovi, as far as back as, you know, when we were talking with Tim, when Soil just had gotten started in 2000s, you know, they look at the exuberance, if you will, of the industry and be like, look at all this wasteful stuff. But Tim had a chance to go on tour and not worry about whether his family could eat, because he had bills covered, you know. He had the ability to take time and just go, I'm dedicating X amount of time to spending it with my friends, making my craft perfect, because somebody made sure I was okay to do so.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and the sad truth is now with the way the industry is, and it is not the fart. It's not the fart of the industry. It's the fault. It is, I guess. So I guess that's the question, though. Is it the fans?
Oh, well, that's the part where everybody gets a little bit...
I was literally just running it into my brain,
sensitive.
and I thought, wait, that's what the buzzword was. Is it the fans' fault?
A certain amount of sensitivity that takes place at this point, because the fans don't want to feel like the bad guys.
There are a lot of entitled fans who think just because I listen to you, your world is yours.
I don't agree with that at all, and I never have. I've always bought music, and I pay for services. I have, you know, Spotify and I have Sirius XM that we pay for monthly as well. There's a bunch of them that we do. So, anyways, the point is yes, we're buying into the machine, and the machine doesn't always work for everyone, but I think it could be. I think it could be worked out better. Yeah. I really do. I think there's a better solution. Does Gene Simmons point to some form of solution in his mind in that article? I don't remember if he mentions that it needs to be done a different way, but I understand what he's saying. Yeah. There needs to be more money for the artists to do what they're doing.
Well, how he and
want them to do.
To his credit, just recently when that was an issue, I remember the owner of Spotify's response to the amount he pays the artist was, well, if it's not enough, make more content.
Right.
And that, as a musician, that pissed me right off. Because and people, you know, let's pull the curtain back a little bit. You know, in case you guys don't know about podcasting is cool because you get on, you grab your friends, you shoot the shit about what interests you. Hey, I have a ghost story. Let's talk about it. And it's constantly building. When you're trying to build an album or even a fucking song, that is time, effort, money. There's so much involved to making something right that you deem worthy for your fans that you don't just throw out there, you know? So for him to turn around and, to Gene's credit, go, yeah, the next Beatles, who are, all of them got day jobs, all of them are trying to figure out what the next step is, and the guys who are running the major exposures, and you just make more shit, man.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're working day jobs. We have nobody backing us. We have to write songs. We have to come up with studio time. We have to come up with rehearsal space. Yeah. It's not just, I mean, to dismiss it like that, like you said, without a logical or maybe a suggestion on how we might make it better, seems a little like, well, it's over. You fucked it. And I do not agree with that. It is not over. Is it hurt? It's not feeling good.
Yeah. Well, I sure as hell don't like it, but I don't think rock is dead. I just don't think right now with the COVID, It's not dead because people love the music still.
Yeah,
People
and
are listening to it.
that's what I thought he was getting at. I thought he was pulling that bullshit again, and I was like, no. In that sense, you can't look at a world where Disturbed exists, where fucking Ghost BC is doing their shit, and I don't even know if they have the BC anymore, but Ghost is doing their shit, and they're selling. Is rock the top of the top? Well, no, it's not the trending thing. If we're gonna talk top of the top, then fucking K-pop is fucking the new rock and roll. But it doesn't mean that rock in its core is dead. It needs some restructuring, I think, mainly because of stuff like the Spotify and like streaming royalties and shit like that, the ability to not be able to control people who just go, I'm gonna buy it for free, fuck you. They people who do that are never gonna see it the way it is, which is you really are kind of preventing us from continuing on. Because no matter how they cut it, you got to support the artist, man.
Yeah. The rock scene is definitely evolving on some level. Now, I'm not saying that it's getting better or worse, but it's definitely evolving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you listen to Serious Octane, a lot of the bands that come on there is a fairly decent amount of movement in the sounds. However, most of the bands, they stick to a certain sound.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is starting to have more of a mixture of like pop elements brought into it. Don't you think? I mean, I know you listen to them sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, it
and
is.
You're pretty familiar with a lot of what they're putting out.
Yeah.
So,
I really think well, we're getting ready to get into it. We're starting to blend genres so much. I think we really need to start remembering it's just music. Stop worrying about, stop taking the team of I'm a metalhead or I'm a country guy or this is crap or that is crap. Because at the end of the day, we always say, I used to be that way. And then I would be, Nirvana's crap. Really? Because All Apologies is a great song. Because, you can find greatness in any band that you may think is bad. And yes, I'll admit, in the beginning, I didn't like Nirvana. I wasn't a fan of grunge. But I can everyone's Nirvana. Fucking Nikki's like, I'll stab you. But no, but
what?
My point though is it's just music, dude. I mean, 6 a.m. just released a remix of Maybe It's Time, and they did a campaign where every time it was streamed, they donated proceeds to helping for addictions. And they had everybody from Corey Taylor, they had Ivan Moody, but they had, I'm an asshole, but they had country guys in there, they had guys from the 80s in there. He had people all over the place doing it, and I think we need to get off the schneid and realize, look, and back in the day, Fred Durst was adding rap stuff to fucking Limp Bizkit for a reason,
Yeah.
But even before then, dude, fucking Aerosmith played with Run DMC. This has all been moving that direction.
That's right.
I think we just need to get off our high horses, not me and you, but the general fandom needs to get off our high horses and go, all music is great in its own right.
Yeah.
There is a ton of music I go, that shit doesn't resonate with me. I can say it right now. I am not a guy who's really into death metal. I don't like it. I'm too really into the lyrics. I like lyrical content. I like, melody lines and stuff like that. That's just who I am. But I'm not going to sit there and say someone's stupid for going, dude, did you hear Goat Whore? Those guys are fucking amazing. Okay. I don't hear it. It's just not my style. It doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't, as we say in the tribe, grab me by the boo-boo and shake it like this. But, but you know what I'm saying? And so that's what I think. Is rock dead? I don't think, I agree with you. I don't think it's dying. I think it's like a caterpillar. Everything's molding together and becoming an entity into itself.
Yeah, that's true. But I like to be able to have good old fashioned hard rock music. And sometimes I'm in the mood for the more like electronic type stuff.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But if I hear a rap part in a rock song, I'm not going to go, well, it's not rock anymore.
Yeah, no, exactly. Exactly. I kind of like the thing that David Draymond did with the, what's the guy's name?
Nope.
It's pretty cool. My bad. I can't remember the dude's name, but it's pretty cool. I dug it. You can find.
Yeah, I can do this, dude.
Use the force.
Hyro the hero? We believe?
Yes. I think it's cool.
I'll have to
man.
bring that up and look at it because I didn't even hear about that.
it.
He did a rap
Hyro
song,
the
eh?
Hero. Yeah, Hyro the Hero. It's a cool song too, man. I dug it. I was like, this is perfect for David Draymond. Actually, it felt right. So.
And I know Corey Taylor just I don't know how recently, but I know he did a track with Tech Nine. So I mean, they're starting. Yeah. Things are molding, and you know.
Yeah, some cool stuff. It's gonna not be for everybody, but yeah. But it's definitely evolving a lot on a lot of levels.
Yeah, 100%.
It's kind of being pushed that way a little bit. So, you know, I don't know. Do you believe in following trends?
For what reason? Like, I believe in following trends for business reasons.
Just in general.
Well, I mean, it depends on what your end game is. I mean, there's a lot of people who won't follow trends because fuck trends, I'm untrendy. Trends are just trends.
Because that seems like what it's all about nowadays. Are you following that trend because you got to be, you know?
Here's the thing.
Gotta be on Twitter.
Is everybody following the trend, or does the trend happen because everybody's just interested in shit? Like, why isn't it that way? You know, if they go, oh, you know, somebody so and so sold out because they did a song that sounds like X, they're selling out, they're being trendy. Is it not a person's job to do stuff that entertains people? And yeah. If I'm gonna write something that I know can entertain a lot of people, why the fuck wouldn't I write it? You know. Yeah, so that's how I feel. I mean, like, trendies are trend for a thing. Like, if you're doing it strictly to be like,
well, why the fuck wouldn't I write it?
Exactly. I mean, that's like going, hey, dude, here, you have the capability of writing a hit that will make millions. Nah, that's trendy, and I'm not about that game. Like, okay, if you want to be artistic, that's fine, but if you're doing what people that we know and what we're doing, we're in this industry. We like being involved. This is our business. This is our... So no, I don't see a problem running, you know, trending. That's following a trend in an entertainment industry is no different than fueling up a gas tank when you're a truck driver. It's part of the game. You just got to do it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're like, crazy, you're out of your fucking mind and we're done here. Fuck your trendy ways.
No, fuck your trendy.
Fuck your trendy ways.
No, I was.
Dude, that'd be a great T-shirt. Just fuck your trendy ways.
No doubt. Fuck your.
Hashtag fuck your trendy ways.
You should totally make one, dude. I'll wear it. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I can make two. I can make one that flat says "fuck your trendy ways," and then I can make one with like the little stars in the specific spot, so it's F. Star.
Yeah, but I want the. You know, you gotta have the.
100%. That's coming. Yeah, that would be. You know, I'll even take a picture.
Mandatory.
Yeah. I'll make it all wonky, so it's all like weird and like all like all big.
Did we ever talk about Gina Carano?
I don't want to talk Gina.
No,
because I don't really just. No, let's talk Gina. We'll talk Gina. I don't know a ton about it. I find Gina's story to be very, very hypocritical with what's going on and why she was fired. That's my personal beliefs. A lot of people are pissed off about what has happened in our political world, and a lot of people are lashing out at it if they interpret something to be the wrong way. And that's what I believe happens with Gina Carano.
And she's a conservative, right?
And she's a conservative, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. But the stuff she has said has, you know, let's be real. If you tweet or post anything and attribute anything to Nazism, you're automatically going to get lashed out at because apparently that's a taboo topic. But in terms of the stuff she has said, they have been generalities. She has not come out and said, you know, like they accuse her of, you know, claiming that, you know, that she was promoting the voter fraud thing on on Trump's side, you know, saying that the votes were fraud, the election was frauded. Her tweet was, don't you think we should all look into the fraud spectacle so we can all get rid of the feelings we're having over all of this? I don't see anything wrong with that tweet. I mean, I'm sorry. Did you feel good about this election? I didn't. I thought this election was a fucking farce. Now, granted, I find all elections to be a fucking farce. I won't get into my own political beliefs, but my point is, anybody who was like, oh, I feel so good about what happened over this election. No, this was not a fun election. Nothing good came from this shit. This was just, it was all bad. Everybody was lashing out at everybody else. Everybody was pointing fingers, and we're still doing so. But Gina Carano makes a generalized statement about how we all need to come together and help each other. And all of these assholes are going, see, you're talking about Trump. Fuck you, bitch. No, she wasn't. She was saying, let's figure out the answers we're all pissed about so we can stop all of this and move on. But nah, can't have that. You know, I find it very hypocritical that Disney waited until the season 2 of The Mandalorian was done before they got rid of her. You gonna stand by your beliefs, or you're gonna stand by the person? And you're gonna say what she said is abhorrent, and yet you still... we'll just say that there's insensitive racial stereotypes in this movie and move on with it and go ahead and continue to play Dumbo because, you know, there's racial jokes and stereotypes all over those movies back in those days. But no, those are Disney classics. But Gina makes a general statement. She's abhorrent. Can't do it, dude. That's hypocrisy. I can't do it.
Well, what do you expect? You know what I mean?
It's...
As far as I'm concerned, as long, you know, she may have gotten fired, but she didn't get canceled. You know what I'm saying?
No, they're trying. They're trying hard, but she already got another movie deal. Yeah.
You know.
Well, and that's what happened. She's trending because the social justice warriors hashtagged fire Gina Carano, or however you say his name. Apparently, I can't say her fucking name now. Hashtag fire Gina Carano. I was even on the other bandwagon of we stand with Gina because it was like, this is bullshit. Like, she didn't say anything that was worth canceling. Now, I will say this. On the opposite end, America works in a way that if an employer doesn't like the way their employee is acting, they have every right to fire him. That was their choice. Do your thing. She'll survive. But this whole shit where she doesn't get a chance or doesn't even get to have... No, go fuck yourselves. I'm done with that. It's ridiculous. And that action is more abhorrent to me than anything Gina ever fucking said.
Yeah. I think it's way unacceptable.
Yeah, it doesn't...
On many levels. But this is the society that we live in. This is the kind of shit that happens pretty regularly now.
And it's tying into what we've been talking about this whole time, dude. You know, I mean, this is what we touched on with Manson. You know, she tweets out one thing. Whether it was true or not now, she tweeted out one thing, he was gone. I mean, immediately strings are getting tied. You know, I can even fucking... Dude, we can tie this in for all you gamer people because... If you don't know, classically trained. I love gaming. So let's get into gaming. There was a Twitch TV star named by the name of Dr. Disrespect. I think you know him, Ralph. I introduced you to him just recently. The Doc, hashtag two-time back-to-back 1993, 1994, back-to-back video game champion. The point to that is Twitch thought it was a good idea to just go ahead and cut ties with him so they could afford some other streamers back on their platform. So all they did was ban him. It's banned him. They banned his account. The minute they banned his account, people started spreading rumors about why they banned him. They weren't true. Started saying, oh yeah, I know so-and-so behind the scenes at Twitch, and they're saying it's way worse and he's never coming back. And then, I don't know, a month and a half later, they were like, oh, he's out. He could never come back. They never said why. Fast forward, Dr. Disrespect's now streaming on YouTube. Doesn't matter. My point, though, is the minute they banned him from Twitch, his computer sponsorship cut him, his energy drink sponsorship cut him, his fucking agency cut him immediately. And then as more and more shit started coming to light that, Twitch was just getting rid of cutting the contract so they can bring other streamers and not paying him all that money, then all of a sudden they started picking him back up. But motherfucker, dude, like how... That is so scary nowadays because it's like he didn't do nothing. And it's funny because even when everybody was going at him, like, what'd you do? What'd you do? He would go, I still don't know what I did. They won't tell me. And it took a good 2 months for everybody, all of his sponsors, to start picking him back up and putting him back on their websites. But within a week of them just banning him off of Twitch, they didn't say why. There was no reasoning, nothing. They just banned him. They said why. They just said, he's banned. Boom. He's no longer a sponsor for Rocket games. He's no longer a sponsor for Mountain Dew. Just gone. Like,
Crazy.
God damn, people. Fucking stand by your artist or something, man, or your talent, for fuck's sake, man.
Seriously, yeah.
For 2 seconds, you know, and that's
For 2 seconds.
literally, man. Like,
at least until you prove that they've done something that's truly unacceptable.
yeah.
But,
And if they did, then fine, get rid of them. But at the end of the day, again, if you don't agree with what Gina said or you think what she did brought bad looks to Disney, fine. You own the fucking world at this point. Mickey, do what you're going to do. But to turn around and go, oh no, it was abhorrent. I can't believe she said that. Nope. You didn't say a fucking word when she was in The Mandalorian, and everybody in that fucking place backed her, including the stars. And the stars aren't saying shit because I guarantee you now they're like, well, we can't say shit. They told us not to say shit. We have to just keep our mouth shut. So, anyways, whether you guys agree with me or disagree with me, I'm not saying either way, but the hypocrisy, in my opinion, shines on this one. I got to go Gina Carano. # go Gina.
well, let us know your thoughts, guys. Let us know your thoughts in that comment section. What do you guys think about The Rock is Dead and, you know, what Gene Simmons had to say about it and what your thoughts are about the streaming and, you know, everything that we talked about, basically.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think in the comment section. And please hit the like button. Please hit the bell. And please subscribe. Hit it like it owes you money. All right, brother.
This was a good show, man.
Good show, dude.
Yeah. There's too much shit going on, people. Like I said, as the show continues, we're going to hammer out more and more. I like what we're doing with the house shows. We got more guests coming. Stick with us, man. More shit's on the way. Ralphie, thanks for coming, brother.
All right, brother. It was good hanging with you. I guess we'll talk soon.
Absolutely, man. All right, people. Until next time, take care of each other. Be good humans. Peace to the world and all that love.
We love you guys. Take care.
Peace.
Be safe.